Better life, oh.
That's right. You too could be one of the 20 Zenith Bank customers that will win 150,000 naira every 2 weeks from June 1st, 2023 until May 31st, 2024 in the Zenith Better Life Promo 3. To qualify, simply open a Zenith Bank account. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com/betterlife. Live the better life with Zenith Bank.
In the headlines, again, troops of Operation Hadarin Daji rescue 15 abducted victims in Zamfara. INEC fixes date for mock accreditation ahead of Bayelsa Imo Kogi polls. Supreme Court says election petition documents not affected by fire outbreak. And away from Nigeria, Mali junta delays February presidential election for technical reasons. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Abdurrahman Omar. Thanks for joining. And now we begin. The troops of the Joint Task Force, known as Operation Hadarin Daji, have rescued 15 kidnapped victims at Kayanbogo village in Bokuyum local government area of Zamfara state. A military source told Trust TV that the rescue followed intelligent report from the locals that armed bandits abducted an unspecified number of people from Kayanbogo village of Bokuyum local government area of the state on the 25th September. The troops immediately mobilized to the area and established blocking position at possible routes suspected to be used by the bandits. When the troops made contact with the bandits, several were killed, forcing them to flee and abandoning their victims. The 15 kidnapped victims have been handed over to the district head of Gwashi for reunification with their families. Now, in a related development, troops of Operation Hadarin Daji have rescued 7 female students of Federal University Gusau in Zamfara state and 3 construction workers who were abducted by bandits last Friday. The management of the Federal University Gusau confirmed their release via its official X handle, formerly called Twitter. Following the prompt response of troops of land and air components of the Joint Task Force of Operation Hadarin Daji, a total of 13 students and 3 construction workers who were carrying out projects at the university have regained freedom so far. It will be recalled that unspecified number of female students of the Federal University Gusau were abducted in the early hours of Friday in their hostels. Now, Katsina State Governor Dukwarada has commended the police, military and members of vigilante group for filing a kidnap attempt in Malumfashi local government area. The governor gave the commendation in a statement issued by his chief press secretary, Ibrahim Kalau, in Katsina on Monday. Suspected kidnappers numbering about 50 on Saturday night stormed Tijan Malumfashi housing estate and started shooting into the air. Rada further underscored the need for security agencies in the country to regularly conduct joint operations to tackle insurgents, bandits and other criminal elements holding the country to ransom. He noted that the response operation successfully carried out by the operatives in Malumfashi was one notable act of gallantry that other security personnel across the state should strive to emulate. According to Rada, the swift response of security agencies in Katsina at any time to distress calls from civilians is one effective strategy that will help stem the tide of armed banditry and other violent crimes in the state. Now, Benue State Commissioner for Information, Culture and Tourism, Matthew Abo, has been abducted. Abo was abducted from his residence at his hometown in Zaki Biam community of Okum local government area of the state on Sunday night. Witnesses said the commissioner was abducted by gunmen who rode on 4 motorcycles to his house in Zaki Biam, a rural town famous for being the largest yam market in the country. It was also gathered that the matter has been reported to the police. However, the chief press secretary to the state governor, Kula Taso, confirmed the incident. Daily Trust reporter in Benue State, Hope Abba, gives an update on the abduction.
Details have been asked to go after the kidnappers of the commissioner. The governor in his statement made this known to journalists a moment ago. We've not heard much any other thing about that, and he has assured residents of the area to remain calm as the government is doing everything in collaboration with security agencies in the state to ensure the safe release of the commissioner. Well, before now, there has been the operation of a special squad of Operation West Stroke going on in the area, and it has lasted. The operations in that area has lasted for some years now, and in fact, very recently, the soldiers around the vicinities and other security men have been clamping down on most of the suspected criminals in the area. But however, there have been issues of killing still going on in the area simultaneously, especially in Kum, where there hasn't been relative peace in the area because almost all the time there are issues of kidnapping, there are issues of assassination, and there have been issues of armed robbery going on in the vicinity. But then the government has assured that they are doing everything within their power to ensure that they rid that area of crime, of any type of crime at all. But this morning, all the governor has said so far is that security are working assiduously to ensure the safe release of the commissioner. But also, as we speak, it is not just the commissioner. The government also just confirmed that an ex-local government chairman was also taken away by the abductors on Saturday night. So, and he assured us, he also assured that both the ex-local government chairman and the commissioner will return safely because they are doing everything to ensure their safe return.
Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is set to conduct a mock accreditation for the forthcoming governorship election in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi State. A statement by INEC National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumekun, said the test run will take place simultaneously in the three states on Saturday, 14th October 2023, from 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. The Commission explained that the mock accreditation will be conducted using the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System, BVAS, and upload of polling unit results to the INEC Result Viewing Portal, IREV. A maximum of 3 polling units in each senatorial district have been identified across each of the 3 states, covering a total of 9 senatorial districts and 27 polling units. Lessons learned from the exercise will be taken into consideration in ensuring a seamless process on election day. The Commission appeals to registered voters in the selected polling units to turn up with their permanent voters' cards, PVCs, for the exercise. In the meantime, the Lagos State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal has upheld the return of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu as the duly elected governor of the state. In a unanimous judgment read by Justice Mikael Abdullahi on behalf of the 3-man panel on Monday, the tribunal dismissed the petition of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and its governorship candidate Olajide Adediran for lacking merit. Reaching the verdict, the tribunal on the question of whether it had the competence and jurisdiction to hear the petition answered in the affirmative and held that this issue had already been resolved at the preliminary objection stage on whether Sanwo-Olu and his deputy Obafemi Hamzat were validly nominated by their party, the All Progressives Congress (APC), to contest the polls. The tribunal cited relevant provisions of the Constitution and the Electoral Act and a plethora of decided cases to the effect that this was a pre-election issue that did not relate to the conduct of the polls being challenged. The tribunal also held that the petitioners are not members of the 4th respondent, the APC, and therefore have no locus to challenge the primaries of the party that produced both men. Fire has gutted some parts of the chamber of one of the justices of the Supreme Court. The cause of the fire outbreak was yet to be ascertained. Operatives of the Federal Fire Service have long put out the fire. 3 offices, including that of Justice Muhammad Saulawa, were touched by the fire. In the meantime, the public relations officer for the court, Festus Akande, has said that the fire incident has no connection with and will not have any effect on the presidential election petition. Speaking during an interview, Akande stated that the fire outbreak will not affect anything in the court. Now, persons with disabilities are calling for inclusive, free and equal access to quality education in Nigeria, especially for those facing physical challenges. They made the call at a stakeholders meeting in Abuja. Habiba Rajayi has more on this.
Several concerns have been raised by individuals with disabilities regarding their non-inclusion in the socio-economic development of the country. In response, the call for equal educational opportunity in Nigeria is evolving to cater to a wider range of persons with disability, encompassing both primary and secondary school education programs nationwide. At a recent stakeholders meeting, the registrar of the Joint Admission Matriculation Board, JAMB, Isiaq Oluyide, pledged to address these needs.
Disability education today in Nigeria, I can always say it when I found the opportunity to say it, that it goes beyond special education. Disability education in Nigeria is something very, very wide. One of the greatest challenges we continue to have today is the understanding of the wider nature of disability education. I prefer to mention it, disability education. When we had some meetings with some professors from the universities, when I invited them to our office to have some discussion with them, we later came to understand that there is a wider need for the introduction of a faculty of disability studies in Nigerian universities.
The special arrangement being made for people with disability is in furtherance of our commitment to this noble goal. Inclusivity, including internationalization, as well as equity and justice, have been the guiding principles of the board in the discharge of its responsibilities.
Lawmakers assured Nigerians that the National Assembly is fully aware of this situation and is committed to addressing it.
People that have disabilities, they are not looking for handouts or looking for people to give them arms. They just want inclusion, and the law addresses that. So from January, all aspects of Nigerian life will be put to task in terms of abiding by the law.
It is our duty as a custodian of legislative arm of government to ensure that every Nigerian has an equal opportunity to access higher education.
Accessible learning environments where physical appropriate environment must be created, like ramps, elevators, designed to accommodate various disabilities. Inclusive curriculum. The curriculum in tertiary institutions should provide opportunities for all students to engage with the materials in ways which suit their learning styles.
The education minister, however, reiterated the president's commitment to elevating Nigeria's educational sector to global standards. Abibat Ajayi, Trust TV News, Abuja.
You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming off after the break, we take a look at when will Kaduna-Kano rail project be completed. Details of these and more after the break. Do stay with us. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is the news update on Trust TV, and here is a recap of some of our top stories. Again, troops of Operation Hadarin Daji rescue 15 abducted victims in Zamfara. An INEC fixes date for mock accreditation ahead of Bayelsa Imo Kogi polls. Now to more news. A bridge on Monday collapsed along the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway in Enugu. The head of media to the governor of Enugu State, Dan Wame, made this known on his X, formerly known as Twitter account. According to Wame, the government has cautioned motorists to avoid the route, which is between New Artisan and Naira Triangle in Enugu. He added that federal and state officials were already at the scene to curtail the impact. He, however, did not disclose if there were casualties from the collapse of the bridge. Now, the federal government has failed to meet off with its June 30th, 2023 deadline for the completion of the Kano-Kaduna Rail Line project, which is expected to expand the northwest extension of Abuja-Kaduna Railway. The project, which was flagged off by the immediate past administration of Muhammadu Buhari in July 2021 and commenced on April 14, 2022, has faced delays, with sources saying it may linger till 2024. Salim Umar Ibrahim was at the project site. Now report.
Flagged off by the immediate past administration of Muhammadu Buhari in July 2021 and commenced on April 14, 2022, the project has faced delays, with sources saying the project may linger till 2024. However, findings reveal that the project has faced delays caused by security challenges along the axis, while the impact of removal of fuel subsidy had led to the withdrawal of vehicles used in the project in May, according to sources. With a length of 200.11 kilometers and an expected speed limit of 150 kilometers per hour, according to the project profile, the modern railway project is being constructed by the Chinese company China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation Limited at the cost of $1.2 billion. The project is being executed purposely to facilitate expansion of the northwest extension of Abuja-Kaduna Railway and strengthen the link between the cities and other areas, while expected to promote the export of agricultural products and other mineral resources, as well as facilitate the mass movement of passengers, particularly middle-class income earners. While concerned authorities cannot be reached, experts have expressed optimism but said the fate of such a project may hang in the balance due to the change of government.
It's a very, very vital, very important transport project for carrying of both passenger and industrial goods, which is sine qua non to the development of any nation, and in Nigeria in particular.
If you have rail line linking from, like from Lagos up to Kaduna, Kano, Katsina to Maradi, so it means from Maradi it will also extend down to other countries. So the greatest opportunity here is some of the products that people are importing through the port of Lagos. They can now see, maybe in the near future, begin to see the opportunity and even cost effectiveness for bringing it through the other countries, of the African, especially North Africa.
Our railway project is very important to economic development, Apart from transporting people and industrial goods, of course, there are other things that it saves our roads. Like Prof just mentioned that there is a very huge population plying that route, maybe between Kano and Kaduna. And of course, the transportation of goods and services, particularly heavy metals and other heavy goods that ply that road. With the railway, actually there would be, maybe we save our roads from maybe dilapidation over a short period of time. And that remains a huge advantage because that will save money, government, a lot of money for rehabilitating our roads. And particularly now that the Kaduna Kano Road is being on rehabilitation for over 4 or 5 years now.
The rail line will link the Kano-Zaria Road and proceeds to the tertiary axis, which is expected to host the biggest stations before linking to Zaria train station and then proceed to Rigasa train station in Kaduna State. Salim Umar Ibrahim, reporting for Trust TV.
Now, the need to equip journalists with the skills needed to thrive in their profession and earn a living from their craft was the focus of an innovative workshop on book writing, editing and publishing. The Media Enterprise Lab project was organized by Daily Trust Foundation in partnership with the MacArthur Foundation in Abuja. Khadija Bawas reports.
Chairman of the Daily Trust Foundation, Billy Abala, emphasized the importance of writing skills for journalists across various media platforms and highlighted how these skills can be used to write a variety of books. Representative of MacArthur Foundation, Hawa Kazim, expressed their commitment to support Nigerians' media outlets in exposing corruption and leading anti-corruption campaigns. Kazim added that the MacArthur Foundation collaborates with the Daily Trust Foundation, which is the charitable arm of the Media Trust, to help the group to achieve both financial and editorial independence.
Today, it's difficult to sell a book in a book format. It has not been easy for publishers. Sometimes it's like a newspaper. People see a newspaper on the street, buy it for 200 naira. They know it might have cost the company 300 naira to produce. So what we will try to do here through the facilitators, excellent facilitators that we have, is to take you through from the moment you write.
We support Nigerian-led media outlets to investigate, expose corruption, as well as share anti-corruption success stories.
Deputy Vice President of the Nigerian Publishers Association, Ahmad Tahir, applauded the Daily Trust Foundation for including what he calls an uncommon topic in the workshop's agenda. Tahir emphasized that book publishing is a developmental industry that significantly impacts society.
However, in the last 2 decades, the Nigerian indigenous publishing industry has experienced a downturn due to numerous challenges facing the industries. There are now a variety of problems in the book publishing industry, some of which are inability to provide adequate quantity of high quality books.
Secondary school students who were also among participants at the workshop shared their perspectives during the event.
It's actually very educational. For one, not many people are willing to talk about publishing books and actually writing it, and for the fact that we finally found something that appeals to a lot of our members, it's very amazing.
I personally prefer hard copy. It's better because knowing you have your own copy, it's actually feel I used to feel something when I have my own book.
The workshop featured a diverse group of facilitators, including book publishers, editors, marketers, experienced writers, book promoters, and reviewers, who also provide comprehensive insights into the world of book writing, publishing, and marketing. Khadija Bowers, Trust TV News.
Now, on the international scene, Mali's ruling junta on Monday announced a delay to a presidential election scheduled for February that was aimed at returning civilian leaders to power in the West African nation. The 2 rounds of voting initially set for February 3rd and 18th, 2024 will be slightly postponed for technical reasons, government spokesman Abdullahi Mega said in a statement read out to reporters. Those reasons, he said, include issues linked to the adoption of a new constitution and a review of the electoral list. He also cited a dispute with a French company, Idemia, which the junta says is involved in the census process. The soldiers who carried out back-to-back coups in 2020 and 2021 had earlier promised legislative elections for February 2022, but the junta led by Assimi Goïta announced at the end of 2021 that it was unable to respect the timetable agreed with the regional bloc ECOWAS. It said it needed more time to carry out deep reforms. And now finally on sports news, Rivers United have completed the signing of Andy Okpe from Remo Stars. Okpe joined the Pride of Rivers for an undisclosed fee. According to reports, the 22-year-old forward could not secure a move abroad after falling behind the pecking order at Remo Stars. Okpe played a key role in Remo Stars' second-place finish in the NPFL last season. The striker started his professional career with the Sky Blue Stars and once had a brief stint in the Ghana Premier League with Inter Allies. He has linked up with his teammates as they continue preparations for the new season. Rivers United will take on Etoile Flante of Burkina Faso in the second leg of their CAF Confederation Cup second round clash in Port Harcourt on Sunday. And with that, we have come to the end of the Trust News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our media platforms and our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentary. I am Rahman Omar. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.